Hey man, stay safe world. You already know what's going on. We gotta talk about the situation with Coi Leray. She only sold 11.5 thousand units her first week for her first project, Trendsetter, and people are saying that she flopped. We're gonna get right into it, but before we do, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, and let's run this shit the fuck up. So, in case you've been living under a rock, it's been like an ongoing joke about Coi Leray and whether or not she flopped in her project. So it was initially only supposed to sell like 11,000 units, and then I guess people were saying that she ended up selling 9,000 first week, and then I guess she corrected people and said that she sold 11.5k, charted number 89 on Billboard Hot 100, and people, I don't know, people are saying that's an L. She's trying to say it as a win. We're gonna really get into it and whether or not it is a W or an L. So before I even start talking about the project, I feel like I should mention that people are saying that it is like an L, not because of the the actual music, but because of the amount of features that were on the project that should in theory have pushed her to the front. One of which being Nicki Minaj, which is basically the highest selling female rap artist of our generation basically. And then they got Young Blue. Keep in mind the Nicki Minaj song was second, and that actually came out I think right before the project, but I guess the numbers didn't really hit like the other songs in it, but we're gonna keep going. But the first song was by herself. The second song, Blick Blick, was with Nicki Minaj, which was a single that was released before the project. Then we got the song with Young Blue. Then we got the song with Fabio Foreign and Young M.A. Then we got the song with G Herbo. Then we got the song with Grammy winner Her. Then we got the song with Knob. Then we got No More Parties with Lil Durk. Then we got a song with Polo G. Then we got a song with Lil Tecca. Then we got A Boogie with the Hoodie. Then we got Big Perm with Pooh Shiesty. So it's loaded with basically everyone. If you could name the top probably 25 30 rappers that aren't Drake or Kendrick Lamar or something, then that's everyone. And then you got the Nicki Minaj, which is at the level of those people, who has should in theory have enough pull to give you at least a couple thousand streams on top of that shit, in theory. But it turns out that after all these people that basically were featured on the project, the project did pretty poorly, if you ask me. She undersold Denzel Curry, who I don't even think Denzel Curry did even have any features on his project. Let me check real fast, because it's a big deal, because Denzel Curry is not getting the same industry push as Coi Leray, and he dropped around the same time. And he had T-Pain on his project, and I guess Black, Rico Nasty, and JID, and Slow Tie, but that's really it. The biggest name is really Rico Nasty or maybe T-Pain. So I feel in comparison, it's just not hitting. With the amount of features that she had on that shit, it should have been a fucking amazing, beautiful numbers. It should have at least been at least 30k, what Fabio Foreign got or Yeet. It's kind of crazy that she did that. But I honestly am one of the people, I don't know, I don't see a lot of people pushing this narrative, but I think that the label that pushed her project did not put her in the position to win, because she had some viral songs that were in it, but they were just put on the project. So it's no way that those songs are really gonna push up the project as a whole. You'll kind of get what I mean when we go through it. But look at the song with Pooh Shiesty. That song was super relevant, and that song at the time was super big. But they should have dropped the project right then, right after No More Parties. Right after Big Purr came out, and then No More Parties came out later, I'm pretty sure. And they should have at least maybe capitalized on that. But the songs, they had a hit single for the project. They really did. If they had dropped the Coi Leray Pooh Shiesty song when the project when Pooh Shiesty was still not in jail, and when they had dropped the video for it and the song was going super viral on TikTok, they should have dropped that project right directly after that shit. But instead they wait, goddamn, remember we literally were talking about this, but the project, she said, had gotten delayed for several months, and then it's damn near almost a year later that this shit comes out, and it's overwhelmingly mid. All the other songs to back up with it weren't fire. plus it was hella fucking songs on top of it in between, like everything. And like it's just not the move. Like I don't know if they made the Nicki Minaj song like way after, or if they made it like sometime close to when the Pooh Shiesty came out and then dropped it. Maybe it could have worked, but it's like they just waited too long and they didn't capitalize on the heat, and that's something that these labels be fucking up on. And then it's be having Coi Leray looking crazy like she can't sell shit when she did have songs. But I don't know, I feel like there needs to be a more emphasis in just doing singles. Obviously as a artist, your bread and butter is in albums, but it's only in albums if you're really selling like that. And it's not like, I don't know, like does she even be doing shows by herself like that? I don't even be thinking that she really does. And when she goes on Rolling Loud, you just see no one really knows the words or anything. Like they only know a couple of songs. But you know, the songs that she does have are hits. Like she does have a hit in that Big Purr song, so we can't say that she's totally trash or anything like that. Honestly, I feel like she's underrated. But I feel like the whole issue of why she be flopping and shit, the numbers game of it, is the labels don't be putting her in the position that she needs to be to win. Like constantly she's on like social media talking about how the labels don't let her drop and she wants to drop, but it's like months later and it's like, bro, you got to take advantage of the hype. Not that I'm saying that it would have pushed up the album by that much more, but it's like, come on, like the majority of the sales that she posted like on her project, like the however many units she sold in total, like not just the week, but like she posted that she had sold like some amount of units in like the whole span of the project, basically talking about it, when like it really, the first week is like not doing well, but it's not really in her control in the first place. Like that's sort of the things you have to realize as an artist, that you're not in complete control when you're like signing to a label. Ultimately it's whenever they feel like giving you the budget to do shit and whenever they feel like pushing it. And in this case they didn't really push it at all. They really just left her out to hang, and it's kind of fucked up. And it's not really like she even be booking shows like that. Like I've never even seen, I live in LA, I've never seen a Coi Leray show in LA. Like that's like a main market. New York, I don't see any like singular just Coi Leray shows by herself. And I don't know if people think she needs to build up an audience before she has to show, but it's like, I feel like if you don't start doing hard sales of tickets, like hard ticket sales and shows for yourself, it's like you're never really gonna get a gauge of like how your fans are. And you're not gonna get that engaged fans. Like people might know you for one song or know you for social media, but it's obviously not getting like that. So I don't know, she's gonna have to fucking start doing shows and shit or do something, man, because it's just not working out, bro. And it's not really even her fault. I feel kind of bad that people like be hating on her, and I'm happy to see that she be spinning it in a positive and seeing the positivity in it, because it's like at the end of the day, when you're like signed to a label, it's not even your, like she doesn't even make money off this fucking music, I'm guessing. Like it's really the labels and you're just an employee for them. So at least she's spawning the positivity in it or whatever. But realistically, it's not her fault, it's the label's fault. And maybe she'll come up with more hits. Maybe she should just focus on singles or some shit. But hey, let me know in the comments